Thank you very much. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, the royals. Good evening, kings and queens of the land. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to the liberated zone of Burkina Faso under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traore. Good evening to the liberated zone of Mali under the leadership of President Assimi Goïta. Good evening, Niger, under liberated zone in Niger, under the leadership of President Diane. Good evening, KZN. Good evening, liberated zone in South Africa. Good evening, KZN. Under the leadership of the MK Party, under the leadership of President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma. Good evening. You're well in time. My name is uMkhonto. This is the Royal Opinion. Normally, by this time of the year, or by this time of period after election, normally we would have forgotten about politics. People would have went on about their normal activities of life, useless activities in most cases. Men would be busy about soccer, and women would be busy about other activities that are time consuming. This time around, we found ourselves busy in politics. The politics in South Africa does not have a break. There's no break at this moment. The GNU has to be on its feet because they cannot afford to do any other thing. Today, we're talking about the the MK party. Today, we're talking about the MK party media briefing, which was held earlier on today in the afternoon, where the Secretary General of the MK party and the whole command team of the MK party went to brief the media about their preparation for celebration of the MK party anniversary. MK will be doing its first year. It will be on its first year by 16 December. In 16 December 2023, President Zuma announced that he's going to vote for the MK party and requested all the South Africans to vote for the MK party, all the black people in South Africa to vote for the MK party, to unite behind the MK party, because it will be the only party which will represent black people, calling for unity among black people. South Africans, the future still have to thank President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma, who has uh, put into practice what many are just talking: unity. Everybody is just talking unity, but nobody has ever tried to put it in action. President Zuma putting unity of black people in action. The future still has to thank President Zuma for his heroic acts. interesting politics in South Africa. MK Party announced that they will soon take over government of KwaZulu-Natal, and they announced that the ANC and the National Freedom Party will vote with the MK Party to collapse the GNU government in KwaZulu-Natal. The ANC, which is the main member of the Democratic Alliance in the GNU, is the start of the divisions in the ANC. The ANC in KZN, MK announced today that the ANC in KZN is going to vote with the MK party to collapse the government of the national unity in KwaZulu-Natal in order to install the government of the people, which is the government of the MK and President Zuma. People of KwaZulu-Natal can celebrate. MK Party have declared KZN as the liberated zone in South Africa, declaring that they are going to liberate more zones in South Africa, calling for the unity of black people. I'm going to share the interview where they are talking to the preparations of their programs, talking the preparations of their programs, their political programs towards the anniversary of the political party. President Zuma is going to address the preparation rally in Gauteng in the deputy president will also address a rally. Where exactly? I need to remember. Actually, I don't need to remember. I just have to play the interview so that anybody can hear on their own. President Zuma uniting black people in South Africa, taking over government in KZN. A vote of no confidence is going to be put against the premier of KwaZulu-Natal, who is from the GNU, and the ANC government and the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal will vote with the MK party. That's what the MK have announced today. MK party, it's not a bunch of loose heads where they announce things that they don't know or where they announce things that they don't intend doing. MK party is intellectual. It's a union of black intellectuals, a union of black people who wants to liberate South Africa. The most complicated thing about the group is President Zuma. President Zuma was not educated by the colonial system. So the colonial system does not understand the education that President Zuma has received. The education that President Zuma has received is more superior than the Western education. That's why it's always tricky for the Western system. They don't know how to put President Zuma in place. Let me play the interview.
forces of uMkhonto weSizwe party. I want to acknowledge the leadership of the province, of the regions of KwaZulu-Natal, and of the National High Command, with the officials, the deputy chairs here, and the Treasurer General, and the Deputy Secretary General. We're going to read out a statement which we will later on circulate for all members of the media to go through, but we're also going to publish that statement in all our social media platforms so that everyone else has got access to that this particular statement. So uMkhonto weSizwe party will be marking its first year of existence as a political party on the 16th of December 2024. The first year of the MKP's existence has been defined by many dynamic political and organizational developments and progress. Notable amongst these developments is the fact that in less than 12 months of its existence, uMkhonto weSizwe is the third largest party in South Africa and the leader of the official opposition in South Africa's parliament. Is the largest political party here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the second biggest political party in Mpumalanga province, and is represented in 7 of South Africa's 9 provincial legislatures. The 16th of December is a very important day in the politics of South Africa because it is historically represented by the fact that the colonial settlers had defeated part of our people. And it is currently designated as Reconciliation Day in South Africa's political calendar. The 16th of December is also an important day in the revolutionary politics of South Africa because uMkhonto weSizwe, the Liberation Army, was launched on the 16th of December 1961. And because uMkhonto weSizwe, the party, was launched and publicly announced on the 16th of December 2023, we as uMkhonto weSizwe party carry a revolutionary obligation to celebrate and mark the 16th of December as a very important day in the politics and history of our organization. We therefore take this opportunity to publicly announce the following activities and programs to mark the first birthday of uMkhonto weSizwe party. The first program will be a public meeting in Gauteng province. The public launch of all the activities to celebrate and mark the first anniversary of uMkhonto weSizwe will take place in Gauteng province in Ekurhuleni municipality on Saturday, the 30th of November 2024. We chose Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality because the region demonstrated commendable support to our organization in the 2024 general elections. More than 14% of voters in Ekurhuleni voted for uMkhonto weSizwe party, and we're currently the third biggest political party in Ekurhuleni. And we will be the decisive majority and the biggest political party after the 2026 local government elections. We invite the people of Ekurhuleni and the whole of Gauteng province to come in their numbers to support the launching program of uMkhonto weSizwe first anniversary programs and activities. The public meeting in Ekurhuleni will be addressed by our Commander General, President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma. The second program will be a public meeting that is going to take place in Mpumalanga province. So the public meeting in Mpumalanga province is going to be held in uMkhonto local municipality in Gert-Sibande district or the Gert-Sibande region. And the decision to go to uMkhonto local municipality is because in the 2024 general elections, more than 55% of voters in uMkhonto municipality in Gert-Sibande district in Mpumalanga province voted for uMkhonto weSizwe party. And that particular program is going to be addressed by our Deputy President, Dr. John Mandlakaise Hlope. The third program, and that program in Mpumalanga is going to take place on the 1st of December 2024. And then the other program that is taking place on the 1st of December 2024 will be another public meeting that will be addressed here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal by the National Chairperson, Commander Nkosinathi Nhleko. And that program is going to take place in the region of Ilembe. Because in the region of Ilembe, more than 50% of the voters of the entire region voted for uMkhonto weSizwe party. And in 3 of the local municipalities of Ilembe district, uMkhonto weSizwe received a decisive majority. That is in Mandeni municipality, in Ndwendwe, in Maphumulo, and in Kwadukuza. Although uMkhonto weSizwe is number 1, it received 40%. So the national chairperson will be addressing a public meeting on behalf of uMkhonto weSizwe in Ilembe district. And then the main program, the main celebratory program of uMkhonto weSizwe will be a public rally which is going to be held on Sunday, the 15th of December 2024, here in Moses Mabhida Stadium, Durban, eThekwini region, in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So the main rally of uMkhonto weSizwe's first anniversary program will be here in Moses Mabhida Stadium and will be addressed by our Commander General, President Jacob Zuma. So we chose the region of eThekwini because numerically it contributed the largest number of votes to the votes that overall uMkhonto weSizwe received in the 2024 general elections. More than 600,000 people here in the city of eThekwini voted for uMkhonto weSizwe, and the second party after uMkhonto weSizwe received less than 200,000 votes. So we invite the people of KwaZulu-Natal, the people of South Africa, all ground forces, members of uMkhonto weSizwe, to come in their numbers to celebrate and mark the first anniversary of uMkhonto weSizwe, which will take place on Sunday, the 15th of December 2024. We should indicate that as part of that program, we're going to invite guests, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and other dignitaries who are going to join us for that particular program. We have secured and paid for the stadium, and we are busy with all the logistical issues that are going to define the celebration of uMkhonto weSizwe's first birthday. And we also are mandated to announce by the Treasurer General that there is 135 hospitality suites here in Moses Mabhida Stadium, and then that we're going to make 85 of those suites available to those who would want to utilize the hospitality services of Moses Mabhida Stadium. And such is going to happen at a fee which is going to be announced publicly in due course, with the details of just what is going to happen in that regard. The other program that we're going to have as the main last program will be a gala dinner that is going to take place on the 16th, which is the actual day of the birthday of uMkhonto weSizwe. On the 16th of December 2024, uMkhonto weSizwe party will be holding a gala dinner to be addressed by President Jacob Zuma at the Olive Convention Center here in Durban, eThekwini municipality. And the gala dinner is going to be attended by invited guests, but by any other person who purchases tables or set of tables to attend on behalf of a collective or as individuals. The details as to how such is going to happen will be announced in due course. We want to take this opportunity to, in conclusion, announce to the people of South Africa that after a long process, and as we had committed in October 2024, uMkhonto weSizwe has now concluded the process of establishing the headquarters of our organization, which will be in Marshalltown, Central Johannesburg in Gauteng province. And the Durban wing of the head office, because we had said publicly that we're going to have two wings of the head office. The Durban wing of the head office of uMkhonto weSizwe will be established before the end of December 2024. But the one of Johannesburg, the leadership is going to take occupation before the end of November 2024. So uMkhonto weSizwe has got a physical head office. All structures and members are going to be informed of where the head office is, and we'll have a press conference there so that those who want to interact with the head office of uMkhonto weSizwe should be able to come. We also want to make an announcement that after the adoption and public unveiling of our Constitution, we have now translated the Constitution to all of South Africa's languages. So we have got the uMkhonto weSizwe Constitution in isiZulu, in isiXhosa, in Afrikaans, in Sepedi, in Sesotho, in Xitsonga, in Setswana, isiNdebele, isiVenda, and isiSwati, so that each and every member of society can be able to gain and read the Constitution of uMkhonto weSizwe. We are going to upload all the language translated versions in the website of uMkhonto weSizwe. We're also going to physically send the copies to various traditional and religious leaders in the length and breadth of South Africa. In conclusion, we take this opportunity to reaffirm uMkhonto weSizwe's opposition to the so-called government of national unity, which is nothing but an alliance between the former liberation movement and a political party that represents the descendants and defenders of colonialism and apartheid. uMkhonto weSizwe represents the best of liberatory politics and agenda, and will work tirelessly to unite all the progressive forces. We therefore reiterate our call for the unification of all progressive and forward-looking political parties and activists. The call for unity is a genuine, revolutionary, honest, and well-intentioned call. We call on all progressive forces to associate with uMkhonto weSizwe. Like the 1961 generation of freedom fighters who started uMkhonto weSizwe, the Liberation Army, we too are saying that we are working together in the best interest of the people of this country, black, brown, and white, whose future happiness and well-being cannot be attained without the overthrow of the nationalist government, the nationalist collaborationist government, the abolition of white supremacy, and the winning of liberty, democracy, and full national rights and equality for all the people of this country. We appeal for the support and encouragement of all South Africans who seek the happiness and freedom for the people of this country. Africa Maibuye, thank you very much.
So MK Party's political program is already full. MK Party political program goes towards 2026. It's a campaign for municipal elections in 2026. Since we voted, we have never stopped talking about the MK Party and their politics. Whether the mainstream media decide to ignore the MK party or whether they decide to come on board, it's immaterial. Ramaphosa is very dry. When he's talking, nobody is listening. I think I have more people, 13 people are currently listening to me now talking, more or less competing with President Cyril Ramaphosa when he's talking. He's got nobody. He's a very, very dry individual. Uh, even propaganda cannot decorate him. Even the most powerful propaganda in the planet cannot be able to decorate Ramaphosa the way he's so dull and dry compared to President Zuma. KZN is going to be under the leadership. It's getting liberated. It's going to be under the leadership of MK Party. That's the announcement that was made at this press briefing. That is the announcement. What does that mean? What will it means for the GNU? I think it's the beginning of the end of the GNU. It's the beginning of the collapse of the fake union or the fake marriage between two people who hate each other, between two people uh, who are actually enemies. So it's going towards collapse, because the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is set to vote with the MK party in order to remove the government of national unity in KwaZulu-Natal. Let me get to that announcement.
Head of the presidency, Commander Makasela Mzobe.
From the head of the presidency.
Thanks, Comrade Nhlamulo. I'm asked to respond to two questions. The first one is about how do people feel about the government in KZN. This rally, among other things, will be used to agitate and mobilize the people of KwaZulu-Natal to start a very extensive program of uniting all progressive forces to reject the IFPDA-led government and reinstate the legitimate government led by MK Party as a party that got 45% of electoral support, 29 May 2024. So it's not just a celebration, it's a call to action to the people of KwaZulu-Natal to stand up and defend their votes that they gave to MK Party, and for MK Party to conscientize the people of the province to reject the illegitimate government towards installation of a new government led by MK Party. The second one is about the organizer. The president and the officials are under the impression that Comrade Floyd will continue for now, executing board responsibilities as an SG and organize for the rally up until the national officials and high command announce the new person who will be an organizer. There will be a new person, but for now, Comrade Floyd will execute these dual responsibilities. And the president believes that he should be capable to deliver this rally and many other responsibilities that are entailed in the Constitution. Thanks.
Commander Mzobe. One directed at you. Your comment stimulated the response.
It means he's agitated already. The truth is, the people of KwaZulu-Natal made their choice. And their choice is MK Party. It's overwhelmingly clear. And it will be irresponsible of MK Party leadership not to fight to defend the votes and the democratic decision and the choice made by the people of KwaZulu-Natal. So we will agitate and we will mobilize people of KwaZulu-Natal who voted for MK Party to help install MK Party as a legitimate government to govern KwaZulu-Natal. The numbers we are talking about, the numbers are there, it's 45%, and we would use that 45% to remove the IFP-DA government with the help of the ANC and the National Freedom Party. As to who's going to vote with MK Party, you will see that, but the clear intention is that the stealing of public funds that is happening now must be the last budget they are able to steal. The new budget comes on the 1st of April, and MK Party by that time should be presiding over the government of KwaZulu-Natal.
By April next year, 2025, KwaZulu-Natal will have a new government. KZN is going to have a new government. By April 2025, KZN is going to be under the leadership of President Jacob Zuma. The head of presidency announcing that the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal and the National Freedom Party will vote with the MK Party to remove the GNU government in KwaZulu-Natal. Is the end of the GNU project. Are they going to collapse immediately? No, they are not going to collapse immediately because both of the people who are vulnerable in this case. Actually, if I was the politician, if I was a sellout politician, this is the best time to demand more money from the white people because now they need sell out black people like never before. They need them like desperately so. They have to pay them high amounts of money in order to maintain their position. Because if they don't do that, the GNU will collapse. It will not collapse at the moment because the white people still controlling the economy and controlling the money and still controlling the ANC. They will not easily let go like that. They will not easily let go. They will try and push it as far as they can push it until they come up with another plan. At the moment, they are in disaster. At the moment, the GNU is in disaster. They don't know what to do. Not actually. If I say the GNU, I mean the white system. It's towards collapse. The mobilization that President Zuma has decided to do, because most of us just talk about these things on YouTube. We just talk about these things on social media, Facebook. President Zuma has practicalized unity of black people. He has made a decision to create a party or a ship which will carry black people into the new world, into the free world. There is no God who is going to fall from heaven. No God who is going to fall from heaven to save black people from imperial rule. President Zuma decided to practicalize the idea of liberation by calling for unity among black people who want to be liberated from colonialism. President Zuma still has to be honored for his brave and heroic act. An old man who needed nothing started something that ended up liberating black people. Uh, MK Party is going to take over just a moment. Thank you very much. uMkhonto Gwaza. Yeah, ren vitana hlala. Sorry about that. I needed to open the gate for someone who was standing in the gate. Very, very sorry about that. Still talking about Nomathemba Nkosi, loving what is happening, loving what is happening in KZN, loving what is happening in the Royal Opinion. Click the like button and subscribe. My name is uMkhonto. Themba Nzeku. Uh, Nze. Am I pronouncing it well? Themba Nzeku. Nze. Yeah, Themba Nzeku joining us as well. Thank you very much for joining, everybody. Today we are discussing is the GNU in trouble, because at the moment we've heard from the interview, not interview, from the media briefing, which the MK party have had earlier today. They spoke about that the KZN government is going to be removed before April. By April, the KZN government would have collapsed. The MK party giving a very busy program for their towards the election, towards the 2026 election. No other political party which is as busy as the MK party. Actually, the other political party are caught sleeping even now. They were caught sleeping during the elections. They are caught sleeping even now. Towards the election, the MK party is going alone. The MK party will take over the municipalities in 2026 in a massive way, in a way that you cannot rob the elections in 2029. The MK party is going to take over the municipalities, many municipalities. I guess the eThekwini municipality will be under the MK party sooner than we are even thinking. When the GNU collapse in April, because the GNU is going to collapse in KwaZulu Natal, at least that we know, because we've been told that the GNU is going to collapse before the end of April. It means there will be a vote of no confidence against the GNU premier in KwaZulu Natal or the GNU government of KwaZulu Natal. So there will be a vote of no confidence against the premier, and when there's a vote of no confidence, they will be voted out. And the MK party says the ANC and the National Freedom Party will vote with the MK party to remove the GNU government. What does it mean for the ANC? What does it mean for President Ramaphosa? What does it mean for the DA? What does it mean for the DA? It is basically the end of the suffering of black people in South Africa. It's basically the end of whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, this cannot be avoided. The freedom of black people can no longer be postponed. If President Zuma did not act this way, apartheid would just continue as it is, because apartheid is continuing under, and at the moment we are still under the leadership of the Queen. Apartheid is being practiced in South Africa. Economically, black people are totally excluded from the black women in South Africa, most of them don't even think they have ability to run companies. They are not there. Women who run companies are not there in practice, while they are actually very intelligent, capable and intelligent people who can run companies, who are made just to run around. System is created just to keep people busy. The red tapes, if you go wherever you are going, the red tapes which are there that are created to stop black people from achieving anything, it's actually terrible in South Africa. It's actually terrifying to see the apartheid tactics that are still applied in South Africa. Some of the things some of the things that the MK party have announced, it's about filling up the Moses Mabhida Stadium. The reason why they chose KwaZulu Natal, clearly about the votes, is clearly about how many votes they got in KwaZulu Natal. the reason they chose uMkhonto municipality for the Mpumalanga rally, which would be addressed by Mandlakaise, and then uh, it's the KZN rally, yeah, the KZN public meeting, which would be addressed by the chairperson of the MK party. So the MK party talking about the 16th of December, the importance of the day of the 16th of December. The 16th of December in South Africa, we used to call it Dingan's Day. Dingan's Day is the day which they call it Isandlwane, the war which happened between the Zulus under the leadership of King Dingan. The war that happened between the Isandlwane, the war that happened between King Dingane and the white people. The reason why King Dingani is not promoted as King Shaka is because King Dingan and King Bridgewayo have fought wars against white people, unlike different from King Shaka. The statues that are being installed all over, it's about King Shaka because he did not fight the white system. We still have to define our heroes as black people. We still have to decide who are our heroes, because at the moment our heroes are fed into our throat, forced into our throat by the white system. They choose who to elevate and who to disgrace. At the moment, President Zuma is one of the people they chose to disgrace. Uh, Not actually only at the moment. President Zuma, because he's one politician who has never sold out during the struggle and is not selling out now during this generational struggle again. President Zuma helping young people to realize what is happening about the system by leading by example. You will never hear President Zuma insult anybody. He never insults. Uh, he only argue politically. President Zuma once calls for total liberation of black people from apartheid, meaning the decolonization of the mind, the decolonization of the minerals and the resources, the decolonization of the culture, the decolonization of the music, the decolonization of the African man in totality. He wants traditional healers to be respected. He wants the traditional leaders to own the land. That's what President Zuma wants black people to achieve. When the land is owned by traditional leaders, the land is owned by the people, because the allocation of the land is done by the people themselves. It's not done by some people who have been bribed and other things to um, force other people to do other things. No, it's properly done. So President Zuma, like the youth, still have to learn a lot about President Zuma and give thanks to the project that is started liberate South Africa. This project of liberating South Africa will go on to liberate the rest of Southern Africa, because that is the vision of President Zuma. Under President Zuma, the ANC tend to revive the Soviet Union, went into friendship with China and Russia, and also India under the leadership of President Zuma. While before, under the leadership of President Mandela, under the leadership of President Mbeki, South Africa was, and the ANC was fully captured by the Western countries. Under the leadership of President Zuma, South Africa nearly got liberated from the Western countries. Under the leadership of President Zuma, that's where the debate in the ANC about nationalization came back. Debate in the ANC about the expropriation of land without compensation happened. President, the first president to, is actually the one who came up with social grants. Victor Shongwe is one of our favorite. The land in Africa is owned by the Queen of England, something that is late African monarchies. The land is owned by the Queen. This is true. The land is owned by the Queen. The Queen owns the land. Not only the land, she owns the people of the land. She owns the resources. She owns our gold. She owns our platinum. She owns our. There's oil discovered now in Cape Town. That's why there's actually fight about Cape Town. It's one of the reasons, not actually the only reason. She owns it. They own everything which is to be discovered, which has been discovered, which is currently in place. They own it. They own our children. They educate the children. They own everybody. They put everybody into a particular system of life. They have removed our way of doing things, the African way of doing things, and everybody is now thoroughly westernized. A lot of people have been insulting me that I should wear something at the top. A lot of people have been advocating, some kindly so requesting that I should wear something at the top. But in Africa, we were not wearing anything at the top. We were wearing something at the bottom. We were not wearing anything at the top. So people have been thoroughly brainwashed and thoroughly colonized. The decolonization project that President Zuma wants will also include the decolonization of the mind, because without decolonizing the mind, you cannot liberate the minds. Without liberating the mind, you can't liberate the minds. Without liberating the mind, you can't liberate the economy. So we have to liberate the mind from the colonization and live our life the way we want to live our life. Now, President Zuma is the first I think, in the world to start giving social grant to young girls who find themselves with children without parents, without, not necessarily parents, without parents who are working. A lot of countries in the world are following suit because a lot of countries are in population crisis. Everywhere in the in the world, populations are in decline. People are dying more than people are giving birth. People are encouraging people to have more children. In Russia, they even pay. They even pay. I think they pay for your first date, or they even pay for your house when you get married, something like that, to encourage people to get married. They have banned even the LGBT what propaganda, all of those things. They have banned those things to encourage people to have children. President Zuma is the first president to know that we need children, to come up with a way to protect women who are still giving birth. President Zuma is the first president in South Africa to pay social grants to children from the age of 0 to the age of 18. So President Zuma is going to govern, and is going to govern South Africa in a massively progressive and proper way. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for joining. I enjoyed your company. Enjoy your night. The live stream is ending at the moment. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Enjoy your night.